Hello, and welcome to today's briefing. I'm Dana, and I'm joined by Matt. We're covering a wide range of stories today, from international politics to sports and entertainment.
That's right, Dana. We've got a lot to get through, so let's dive right in. What's the first story on the agenda?
Iran's Joint Military Command has warned oil tankers to use approved routes in the Strait of Hormuz or face a forceful response. The statement was aired on Iranian state television.
That's a significant escalation. What's the context behind this warning?
The Strait of Hormuz is a crucial waterway for international energy supplies. Iran has been ratcheting up tensions over this region, and this warning is the latest development.
So, what are the implications for global oil markets if tankers are forced to alter their routes?
The reporting suggests that any disruption to the flow of oil through the Strait of Hormuz could lead to significant price increases and potentially destabilize global energy markets.
That ties into broader geopolitical tensions. What's the latest on the conflict in Gaza?
It's been 1,000 days since the war in Gaza started, and the situation remains dire. Both Israelis and Palestinians are weary of the strain, and the fate of over 2 million Palestinians in Gaza hangs in the balance.
The humanitarian crisis is severe. Are there any developments in the diplomatic efforts to address this conflict?
The articles don't mention specific diplomatic breakthroughs, but they do highlight the ongoing strain and the need for a ceasefire.
Let's move on to some other international news. What's happening in Europe regarding Trump's recent comments?
European leaders have closed ranks in response to Trump's attacks on Italy's premier, Giorgia Meloni. Trump's comments questioned Italy's reliability as a wartime ally and claimed Meloni had groveled for his attention.
That's an interesting reaction. How has Meloni responded to these comments?
The reporting indicates that European leaders rallied to Meloni's side, thawing what had been a frosty relationship over her hard-right political roots.
That shows a united front among European leaders. What's the latest on the conflict between Russia and Ukraine?
Russia launched a massive drone and missile attack on Kyiv, killing at least 20 civilians. Moscow says the assault is in retaliation for Ukrainian strikes on Russian oil facilities.
The attack on Kyiv was severe. What's the current state of Ukrainians' military response?
Ukrainian strikes have disrupted Moscow's oil sector, which Russia is using as a justification for their attacks on Kyiv.
Let's shift gears to some economic news. What's new in the tech sector?
Microsoft is partnering with Singapore's Lightstorm to build a new undersea cable linking India with Malaysia and Singapore. This is part of a broader effort to expand AI and cloud infrastructure in the region.
That's a significant investment in digital infrastructure. How will this undersea cable impact the region's data markets?
The cable is expected to support AI, cloud, and hyperscale workloads, catering to India's rapidly growing data market.
Germany is also making headlines with a new reform package. What's in it?
German Chancellor Friedrich Merz has unveiled a comprehensive reform package aimed at reviving the country's sluggish economy. The measures include tax cuts, pension overhaul, and new sick leave rules.
So, what are the key components of this reform package?
The package includes income tax cuts for low and middle income earners, pension reforms, and changes to sick leave policies, among other measures.
Alibaba is also in the news with a significant settlement. What's the story there?
Alibaba will pay $600 million to settle allegations that it allowed illegal drug and equipment sales on its platforms. The company entered into non-prosecution agreements to resolve these allegations.
That's a substantial fine. How does this settlement impact Alibaba's operations?
The settlement requires Alibaba to improve its compliance measures to prevent illegal sales on its platforms.
Bank of Baroda is another company making headlines with a settlement. What's the deal there?
Bank of Baroda has agreed to pay $600 million to settle litigation with NMC Health creditors. The bank chose to settle to avoid prolonged litigation and associated costs.
New Jersey is introducing a new policy regarding Medicaid. What's the plan?
New Jersey is set to charge companies whose workers are on Medicaid instead of being covered by their employers. Other states are considering similar measures.
That's an interesting approach. How might this policy affect companies and their employees?
The policy aims to encourage companies to provide health coverage to their employees rather than relying on Medicaid.
Let's move on to some sports news. What's new in the world of football?
The U.S. national team defeated Bosnia-Herzegovina 2-0, advancing to the round of 16 in the World Cup. Folarin Balomban scored his third goal of the tournament before being sent off, and Malik Tillman converted a free kick.
That was an exciting match. What's next for the U.S. team?
They'll be advancing to the next round, keeping their World Cup dreams alive.
Alex Ovechkin is back in the news. What's the latest on his career?
Ovechkin has signed a one-year deal with the Washington Capitals, marking his 22nd NHL season. The contract is worth up to $9 million.
That's great news for Capitals fans. How does this continue his legacy in the NHL?
Ovechkin is the NHL's all-time leader in goals, and his return for another season is a significant milestone in his career.
Let's switch to some entertainment news. What's new with Taylor Swift?
Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce have donated $1 million to a local food bank in Pennsylvania. This is part of their charitable efforts ahead of their reported wedding.
That's a generous donation. What's the context behind this charitable act?
The donation is aimed at addressing local food insecurity, and it's a part of their broader charitable activities.
The U.S. men's national team is making headlines. What's the result of their match against Bosnia-Herzegovina?
The U.S. men's national team defeated Bosnia-Herzegovina 2-0, securing a spot in the World Cup round of 16.
That's a significant win. What's the significance of this victory for the U.S. team?
The win advances them to the next round, keeping their World Cup aspirations alive.
Danny Glover has made some personal news public. What's the story?
Danny Glover has revealed that he has Alzheimer's disease. He has been coping with it for several years and is receiving support from his family.
That's a significant personal revelation. How has Glover's family responded to his diagnosis?
The reporting indicates that his family is helping him cope with the condition, which affects his speech and movement.
Let's cover some other news. What's happening with the Color Blocks?
The Color Blocks are a children's show that airs on CBeebies HD. The latest episode involves the Color Blocks discovering that it can be fun to color things.
That sounds like a fun episode for kids. What's the schedule for Friends on Comedy Central HD?
Friends is airing on Comedy Central HD at various times. The specific episodes mentioned include the one with Ross's new girlfriend and the one with the lesbian wedding.
Let's move on to some other news stories. What's the situation with the ransom notes in the Nancy Guthrie case?
The FBI has discounted some ransom notes related to Nancy Guthrie's disappearance as extortion attempts, but they are still investigating others as potentially legitimate.
That's a complex case. What's the current status of the investigation?
The FBI continues to investigate the remaining ransom notes and messages.
There's been a tragic incident in Thailand involving a pickup truck and a group of monks. What happened?
An 11-year-old boy drove a pickup truck into a group of monks on a pilgrimage muck, killing 8. The incident occurred in northeastern Thailand.
That's a devastating accident. What's known about how the boy ended up driving the truck?
The reporting suggests that the boy was driving his parents' pickup truck, but the exact circumstances are still under investigation.
A tragic case in Ontario involves a rabies infection. What are the details?
An 11-year-old boy died of rabies after waking to find a bat on his face. Despite no visual bite marks, the boy was infected, highlighting the risks of bat encounters.
That's a rare but deadly case. What's being done to prevent similar incidents?
Medical experts are emphasizing the need for immediate medical attention if someone is exposed to a bat, even if there are no visible bite marks.
Finally, there's been a bombing in Damascus. What's the latest on that incident?
A bomb blast at a crowded cafe in central Damascus killed at least 5 people and injured 16 others. The explosion occurred near the main courthouse complex.
That's a serious incident. Is there any information on who might be responsible?
The reporting doesn't mention any specific group claiming responsibility for the bombing.
Well, Dana, that's a lot to cover. I think we've thoroughly explored the stories for today.
That's right, Matt. It's been a comprehensive briefing. Thanks for joining me today.
Thanks, Dana. Until next time.
And that's a wrap for today's podcast. Thanks for listening.